Hi, my name's Jade. I'm a tutor here at Birmingham Rock School, and today we're going to be looking at how to sing Edge of 17. Just like the white-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, said ooh. Just like the white-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, said ooh. And the days go by like a strand in the wind, in the web that is my own. I begin again. That's my friend, baby. Nothing else mattered. He was no more than a baby then. When he seemed broken hearted, something within him. Well, the moment that I first laid eyes on him, all alone on the edge of 17. Okay, so let's unpack what we just listened to. So we're going to cover a few different areas that are going to act as our key ingredients to help us learn how to sing this song. The areas that we're going to look at is chest voice, twang, whine and cry, vibrato and open vowels. So firstly, let's break down the vocal register used in this song, which is mainly our chest voice. If you're unsure what chest voice means, you can go back and watch some of our other tutorials, which will explain the difference between chest and head voice. So Edge of 17, at least the section we just listened to, is predominantly our chest voice. When we go up to the higher sections, you may want to use your mixed voice as well. That is up to you and what feels best for your voice. Now, the healthiest way to use our chest voice, especially when we're pulling it up to some of those higher notes as we are in this song, as it is a rock song, so we're using that heavy chest voice sound. It's best to use as close to our speaking voice as possible, as that is what's going to sound natural for you. For example, let's look at that first line. So the first line is just like the white-winged dove. You can hear how I say it. Now, if I was to say it at the pitch that it is of the song, just like the white-winged dove, you can hear I'm using my speaking voice, I'm just pulling it up to a pitch. So now, once we've got that first ingredient, we want to shape the sound rather than just speaking at a pitch, we want to sing. So once you're comfortable with using your chest voice and we know where the sound is coming from, we're going to add some extra ingredients to the sound to make it easier to sing. One really useful sound we can use to help lighten the sound of our chest voice and relieve any tension we may be feeling, especially when we're singing those higher notes, is twang. Now, twang is when you have a nasal resonance or sound to your voice. Normally when you're using twang, it sits in the mask area here on our face, so you should feel the buzzing or the resonance from this area. When first learning to apply twang to your singing, it's best to go over the top and be as exaggerated and annoying as possible, because then it's much easier to tone down that sound later on than it is to tone it up. So for example, let's go back to our chest voice sound for that first line. Just like the white-winged dove. And now we're going to add some of that twang, that sound. So twang is going to be a very annoying, very buzzy sound. So let's add some of that sound to the first line of Edge of 17. Just like the white-winged dove. Can you hear that sort of sound cutting through? Next, let's move on to something that's very similar to twang, but it's just going to boost that resonance and relieve even more of that tension when we're singing this song. And that is a cry or a whine sound. Now, the reason that a cry or a whine sound is very effective, especially when we're trying to belt or do higher notes or do a rock sound like we are in this song, is because it's a natural thing we all know how to do. I want you to imagine that you're an angsty teenager, or maybe you are an angsty teenager, and I want you to add a bit of that, Mom, I don't want to do my homework sound to your voice, that sound, okay? That lilting, annoyed cry or whine, For some reason, for me, it helps to kind of bring my eyebrows into this shape, so you can try that as well. And now we're going to add that crying sound and that twang, to the first line of Edge of 17. Just like the white-winged dove. Okay, you can hear how all the parts are starting to come together now. Next, we're going to look at vibrato. Now, vibrato is the sound that happens when you have air pushing a note, and it's almost a trill between two separate pitches. For example, this would be a straight note, hey, we add some vibrato, hey, so it's that wobbling of the note. It is literally a note and some air underneath, and the air just pushes the note along. Hey! A good way to achieve this vibrato is to squeeze from the support and the diaphragm area. It's best to add vibrato at the end of notes. It just helps to shape the sound of a phrase, and it rounds it off really nicely. So let's add some vibrato to the word dove in our first line, just like the white-winged dove. Just like the white-winged dove. You can sort of hear how that vibrato just adds an extra layer of decoration to our singing. Finally, and this is a really important part, we're going to look at open vowels. Now, if you've added the twang to your voice, you've added the whine and the cry, and you're still feeling that tension, it's still a little bit too high in your chest voice, and we're struggling to hit those notes, one thing you can do that can really help to alleviate that tension and make singing this song a lot easier is by opening up all our vowels. So, instead of singing just like the white-winged dove, we might open up some of the vowels to sing something like this. Just like the white-winged, so winged, dove. Notice how, when I change all of the vowels in this line, they're open. It creates a bigger mouth shape. And that bigger mouth shape is going to help the resonance, and it's going to help remove some of that tension. For example, if I was to go, just like the white-winged dove, you can hear on the sound winged, winged. It's a narrow shape, so it's not going to allow us to project, and it's going to start to create some of that tension, and you might feel it sitting here in your throat or along the jawline. Whereas if we change winged to wenged, just like the white-winged dove, weng. I've got all of that space in my face and in my mouth to create that lovely resonant sound. So we're going to put all the sounds together. Twang, whine and cry, vibrato, and open vowels, and we're going to have that lovely, open, bright rock sound that we're looking for. Just like the white-winged dove! So have a play around with these different areas of the voice and see if you can find something that works best for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.